we have completed the discussions of alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. So, the last type of hydrocarbons that are left to discuss is aromatic hydrocarbons. So, the word aromatic comes from the Greek word aroma, which means pleasant smell. So, the fast aromatic compounds that were isolated may have some pleasant smell, but in the modern definition, aromatic compounds do not require to have any pleasant smell, but it is governed by some features called the aromaticity. So, benzene is the most simple and the most well known aromatic compound. We have already discussed how the polymerization of ethine had produced benzene. So, now we will study about the structure and bonding and nomenclature of benzene and other aromatic compounds. So, let us start. Aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay. So, most of the aromatic hydrocarbons or most aromatic compounds contain benzene ring. But not all aromatic compounds contain benzene ring. So, this is very important to remember that not all. So, according to this, there are two names. So, the aromatic compounds containing benzene ring are called benzenoids, and those who do not contain benzene ring are called non-benzenoid. Okay. So, aromatic compounds that contain benzene ring are called benzenoids, and those who do not contain benzene ring are called non-benzenoids. So, now we will discuss the nomenclature of basic aromatic compounds. So, this is benzene, we know. This one is methyl benzene or toluene. Okay. This is chlorobenzene. Similarly, this will be bromobenzene. Now, if one nitro group is attached here, we call this nitrobenzene. Now, benzene ring, when there is some benzene ring and some substitution is added here. So, in this case, if there is some big group, then for that case benzene ring acts as the substituted group. So, when we are talking about benzene ring as the substituted group, we can also call it as phenyl group. Okay. So, the molecular formula of benzene is C6H6. So, this is called benzene. So, we know that like CH4 is methane and CH3 unit with some other bonded substitution is called methyl group, right? Like CH3CH2, this unit is called ethyl group. Similarly, if one hydrogen of benzene is missing and it is replaced by some bond, then this unit with a formula of C6H5, this is called the phenyl group. Okay, like this is benzene and NH2 is attached to it. This is called phenylamine or aniline. Okay, aniline is the commercial name for phenylamine. Now, we can have fused benzene rings like this. This is called naphthalene, and two benzene rings can be bonded to each other like this. Such systems are called biphenyl. Okay. So, this was the nomenclature of some basic aromatic compounds. Now, all carbon and hydrogen of benzene are chemically equivalent. We will read about the detailed structure and bonding of the benzene molecule later on, but for now, all carbon and hydrogen of benzene are chemically equivalent. What is the significance of this statement? That is, when we were reading about these compounds, so here the methyl is attached to this carbon. What if we had written it like this? Okay. So, if we assign this carbon atoms as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, for one molecule, CH3 is attached to the first carbon, in another CH3 is attached to the sixth carbon, in another CH3 is attached to the third carbon. So, all of these are not different molecules, they are all same molecules. Because all the carbon and hydrogen of benzene are chemically equivalent. So, for mono-substituted products, there is no need to mention in which carbon the substitution is occurring. That is, for mono-substituted benzene rings. Okay. When there is only one substitution. So, all of them are toluene. There is no difference between these molecules. But this is not the case for di substitution. For di substitution, something different occurs. That is, at first all the carbon and hydrogen of benzene were similar. Right? Because all the carbons were bonded to 2 carbons and 1 hydrogen. Among them there was 1 double bond. Okay. So, for each carbon there were 2 carbons with 1 double bond and 1 hydrogen, right. Now, when there is already 1 mono substitution, now see, this carbon and this carbon is no longer the same. The chemical environment have changed. So, when the second substitution comes, it can have different arrangements. So, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, one methyl group is at the 1 position and the second methyl group is at 2 position. It can be like this also. Okay. So, we can also write the numbers in the opposite way, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this, right. So, the second methyl group can be at 2 position, that is the substitutions are at C1, C2 or C1, C6. Actually, we are telling C6 due to convenience. This is also C2 when there are no other substitution, because then we will write the number in this way. Okay. So, C1, C2 or C1, C6, that is 2 substitutions are on the adjacent carbons. This is called ortho. Okay. Adjacent carbons. This is called ortho. So, 1, 2 dimethyl benzene or orthoxylene. Okay. Ortho is written with an italics O and hyphen. Okay. So, xylene means 2 methyl groups on the benzene ring, that is called xylene. So, this is orthoxylene. Another case can be if one methyl group is here and another methyl group is here, or in the opposite direction, that is one methyl is here and another methyl is here. So, this is C1, C3 or C1, C5, but this is not exactly C5. If we write like this, we can assign the positions in this way also. So, this is called meta. Okay. It is written with an italic M hyphen. So, this is when alternate carbons are substituted. Okay. So, we can call this as 1,3 dimethyl benzene or metaxylene. Okay. Now, another possibility is if one methyl is here and another methyl is here, that is 180 degree to each other in the opposite carbons. So, only one 4 position is there. So, it is only one type. So, C1, C4. This is called para. It is written as a italic P and hyphen. So, this is on opposite carbons. Okay. So, we will call this compound as 1,4-dimethylbenzene or paraxylene. Okay. So, we have orthoxylene, metaxylene and paraxylene. So, these are the types of dye substitution. Okay. So, dye substitution can occur in 3 ways. Again, for tri substitution, more number of combinations are possible. So, now we need to discuss about the structure of benzene. Okay. So, we have seen that this has C6H6. So, there is no similarity with any alkane, alkene or alkyne. For alkane, C6 should have H14 or let us say hexane, right. If it was alkene, it should have been C6H12, that is hexene. If it is C6H10, we can call it hexine. But the structure of benzene is much different from all of these. So, benzene does not fall under any category. Okay. So, benzene does not fall under these 3 categories, but it was found out experimentally that benzene is highly stable. Also, by some experiments, it was obtained that benzene, when reacted with ozone, it forms a triozonide. How? We know that double bonds react with ozone to form a structure like this, which is called ozonide, right. So, benzene formed triozonide, that is 3 ozonides in a single molecule. So, this will occur like this. Okay, this is the triozonide. Which indicated 3 carbon-carbon double bond. It was also obtained experimentally that benzene gives only one monosubstituted product. So, in 1865, by these conclusions, Auguste Kekule proposed the structure of benzene as this. Okay. So, we will discuss about further details of the structure and bonding of benzene in the next lecture. Thank you.